Military power, weapons of mass destruction, and all of that in the hands of generals, military leaders, are like crack, cocaine, methamphetamine in the hands of a drug addict. Let's talk about it. So, we see here on NPR, Trump promises to bring lasting peace to a tumultuous Middle East, but fixing it won't be easy. And it says that Trump will return to the U.S. presidency at a time of unprecedented conflict and uncertainty in the Middle East. He has vowed to fix it when they shall say peace. But wait, Henry, hold on. It's really happening. So, now I've thought it was funny. I think it's funny how hilarious, quite frankly, how you have people who make videos on YouTube and then you have those who react to those videos. And I said to myself, one day I'm going to do a reaction to a reactor who's reacting to a video. Well, today is that day. Let's have a listen. And this title of this, well, let's see here. Everyone that fell in line after Trump won. All right?
Yo, remember when I was talking about everything that everybody was falling in line after Trump got elected? Look at this. Elon Musk posted this, and this is a list of everything that has happened, everybody that has fell in line after Trump got elected. This man here is calling it the Trump effect. You're telling me it's a bad thing that he got elected? Are you insane? Watch this.
Donald Trump's not even president yet. Have you seen what's happened in the last 48 hours? The misogynist appoints the first ever woman to be chief of staff. The Taliban announced they want peace with America and to be taken off the terrorist list. Putin came out and said that Western civilization is not an enemy. Mexico has started securing the border in, of course, response to terror threats. Saudi Arabia is kicking out all of their Hamas leaders. New York is cleaning up their illegal migrant crisis. Xi Jinping came out and said he wants to peacefully coexist with China and said that they respect American people. The European Union...
That one right there had really shocked me because just like a few days previously, they showed him in his military garb, getting ready to do the damn thing. And all of a sudden, what's happening? We were just running a military exercise. We weren't going to even do nothing. Chill.
And she finally came out and said, hey, America, can we start buying LNG from you so they stop buying from Russian gas? Putin says he takes Donald Trump's plan to end the war with Ukraine very seriously.
Yeah.
The Houthis are stepping back. The Hamas cult...
And he said something about that Trump handled things like a man. Yo, hold on. President Trump, Putin says he takes... Okay.
Ukraine very seriously, and Russia supports it. The Houthis are...
The Houthi spokesman, our operation in international waters were purely defensive, and we announced their finals. I never heard of the Houthis. I don't know anything about that situation, so.
Are stepping back. The Hamas called for an immediate end to war. He's calling for termination from Congress so that way people like Nancy Pelosi stop being forever members. Stock markets and crypto hit all-time highs. He sent Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton into depression. Because of all this amazing news, white, liberal, ugly women are now refusing to have sex with men. America is, in fact, being made great again.
Okay, so we're going to now have instantaneous peace because the right man is in office, right? Everybody is falling in line. But wait, they forgot to mention one particular group of people who have no they're not going to fall in line. All right? Well, what am I talking about? This is on the Gateway Pundit. Military brass holding informal discussions on how to override Trump 47's orders. Well, everybody from The Guardian, which is about as left-wing as you can get in jolly old England, are suggesting that Trump is going to bring peace to the Middle East. Everybody's talking peace. But we have the U.S. military brass saying that they don't want peace. Now, what does Paul have to say about this? Those of you who know the scripture, when they start talking this way, that means you better watch out. Verse 1 of 2 Thessalonians 5. But of the times and the season, brother, you have no need that I write unto you, for you yourselves know with exactness that the day of not the Lord, but Jehovah, so comes as a thief in the night. How? How does it come as a thief in the night? Does it come literally as a thief in the night? No, he goes to explain how it comes as a thief in the night. For when they are saying peace and safety. And those of you who've been following politics, you know that this war has been extremely profitable for all involved, except for the men on the front lines. That's right, extremely profitable. It's been extremely profitable for Vladimir Putin and his generals. It has been extremely profitable for Volodymyr Zelensky and his generals. It has been extremely profitable for the generals in the United States. It has been extremely profitable for the President of the United States. Do you think that these, remember what I said, that military hardware in the hands of the military brass is like crack cocaine and methamphetamine in the hands of a drug addict? This is not going to stop until all of that is taken away from them. While they are saying peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So you think that there's going to be peace because Trump is going to bring peace. Well, you're wrong. I hate to spoil your celebration, But you are wrong. In fact, the most pious in this country, even including the Amish, came out to vote for Trump. Let me show you. Well, we'll just pick the first one. Times of India. U.S. election 2024, how Amish voters helped Donald Trump swing Pennsylvania. Now, why did they do this? It was because of the government raid on Amos Miller's raw milk farm in Birmingham, Pennsylvania last January. That's why. Now, he managed to expand his support across a broad demographic range, drawing men, women, young voters, black Americans, and Hispanics, and perhaps the most surprising new contingent of Trump supporters was the Amish, who typically avoid political engagement. For the first time in Pennsylvania, Amish voters registered to vote in unprecedented numbers to support Trump in its key battleground state. Okay? Now, but do you know what you voted for? I should have pulled this up. I think I will anyway. It is on Twitter. I hope I can find it. It is very scary. Let's see here. What was the name of his, The Apprentice? I wonder if it's this one.
But I have to say, and I am a very strict and focused businesswoman because working for Diddy for 6 years trained me to have to be perfect.
Working for Diddy?
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. Don's never been wider. I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
Is
he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that question.
Oh, wow. I think he's a good guy.
Oh, she don't want to answer because she knew working for him what the guy was. And so does this guy know what the guy was. And then you have, and I'm not going to play that one, you can go find it for yourself, an audio recording of Jeffrey Epstein talking about his relationship with Donald Trump. See what y'all did? But you will say, oh, Henry, you have to choose the lesser of two evils. No. You don't have to choose evil at all. When you register to vote, what do? You sign your name somewhere, don't you? Yes, you do. Now, I don't know when you go to vote, paper ballots. I'm pretty sure here where I live, they still have paper ballots. I don't know if you sign your, but you're putting your name with the name of someone else. But getting back to this. What kind of discussions are these people having? I mean, we just had several failed attempts to assassinate him, and they tried to lead the people to believe that, it was some deranged people who were trying to do this. I did a video several years ago and I reposted it not that long ago about what the three-letter agencies do to people, how they brainwash people into doing certain things that they normally would not do. And there's proof. So, don't be surprised if they try it again. What I'm trying to tell you is be prepared, those of you who voted for him, to have your hopes and dreams of world peace dashed to pieces. In the scripture, you Gentiles were given one rule. In fact, everyone was given one rule. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Jacob, for example, the apostle Yaakov. No, his name was not James. Okay? My brethren, as in chapter 2, verse 1, has not the faith of Moshiach Yehoshua. Yehoshua. There is no such thing as Jesus. Jesus is a fake and a fraudulent name that insults him every time it is used in replacement of his real name. Moshiach, not Christ, because Christ is a name that was affixed upon a transvestite. I showed you that several videos ago. Praise and glory, respect of persons. For if there come unto you assembly a man with a gold ring, and Versace clothing, and there also come a poor man in vile raiment, kind of like what I'm wearing, and you have respect to him that wears the bright clothing, and you say unto him, sit you here in a good place, a well place, and say unto the poor, you stand over there, or sit under my footstool. Are you not then partial in yourselves, and are become judges of evil thoughts, or judges with evil thoughts? Listen, beloved brethren, has not Jehovah chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith and heirs of the kingdom, which he has promised to them that love him? He is accusing them, the congregation, of despising the poor. But you despise the poor. Isn't it rich men who oppress you? Isn't it rich men who oppress you and take you in front of the judge Don't they blaspheme that worthy name by which you are called? Now, in verse 8 it says, if you fulfill the royal law according to the scripture, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. You do well. But if you have respecter of persons, you commit sin and are convicted of the Torah. He's speaking to Israelites here, as transgressors. For whosoever shall keep the whole Torah and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all. But if you love your neighbor as yourself, it is written somewhere. How can you say, let's see if we can find it here. This is 1 John 4:20. If a man say, I love not God, not God, but Jehovah, and hates his brother, he is a liar. For he that has not love for his brother whom he has seen, he cannot love Jehovah whom he has not seen. So if you fulfill that one law, that one, you have fulfilled them all. Now, there are probably, my guess, and I don't know the number, 20 million Jews around the world. I also want to go to Galatians. We're not getting sidetracked here. But where you Christians have perverted the scripture. In fact, right here it says, so I looked up Spiritual Israel Bible verse. And AI, the all-knowing AI, says, oh, it's this one. Paul refers to the church as the true Israel rather than Israel. Let's see what Paul said in Galatians, and let's see where they went wrong interpreting what he said. For in Yehoshua HaMoshiach, not Jesus Christ, neither circumcision avails anything, nor uncircumcision avails anything, but a new creature. What is this new creature? Circumcision of the heart. What do the circumcised of the heart do? Love your neighbor as yourself. That is fulfilling the whole Torah. And as many as walk according to this rule, peace be unto them, and mercy and mercy, and upon the Israel of Jehovah. Not God, but Jehovah. Where did you go wrong, you Christians, in interpreting this? The word kai doesn't mean just and. It means and also. Also is not to the same group or the same person. It is so-and-so and also so-and-so. That's where you went wrong. You deliberately did it. And when you deliberately misinterpreted what Paul said, you broke that love your neighbor as yourself. Now let's read it again. As many as walk according to this rule, peace be unto them, and also mercy. Yeah, that's what? And also mercy. Peace be unto them, and also mercy. And also peace and mercy upon the Israel of Jehovah. So this right here, and as many as walk according to this rule, peace be unto them and mercy, that is upon Gentiles. Who do what? What are they doing? What is this rule he is talking about? Bear ye one another's burdens. Love your neighbor as yourself, and when you do so, you fulfill the Torah of Yehoshua. That is the one. You Christians, by deliberately erasing the Jews, the people of Israel, from peace and mercy. You have done it to yourself. Let us go back to here. Yaakov, not James. If you fulfill the royal law concerning the scripture, you shall love your neighbor as yourself, you are doing what is right. If you have respect of persons, you commit sin and are convicted of the whole Torah as transgressors. For whosoever shall keep the whole Torah and offend one point, he is guilty of them all. For he said, do not commit adultery. He also said, do not kill. He said, do not commit adultery. Now, if you commit adultery and if you kill, you are become transgressors of the Torah, of the law. So speak and so do. Don't say it, do it. Or say it and do it. Don't just say it, but do it. They shall be judged by the law of liberty. For, in this way. How? For he shall have judgment without mercy on those who showed no mercy. And mercy rejoices against judgment. So why then did you Christians? Why then did you Christians do this? No, not I meant genocidal. Yes, I keep going to this. You should read the whole thing, but I'm going to go straight to, where is it? Straight to, where? And look, this is the list of these churches, Christian churches, where this blasphemous statement, engraving, is still located. Look at this. Now, where is I'm looking at? Under the sign of the cross, where is it? There it is right here. In 1988, on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of the Kristallnacht, debate sprang up about the monument, which resulted in the addition of a sculpture recognizing that during the Holocaust, 6 million Jews were murdered under the sign of the cross. What this means is, it has been recognized. A judgment has been set by Christians that Jews were murdered under the sign of the cross. That means that cross carriers and cross worshippers are guilty of murdering 6 million Jews. That means you cross carriers and cross worshippers, even today, have placed your hand in the hand of murderers, just as you now, a few days ago, placed your hand in the hand of a man who supported another man who has been accused of committing predatory acts against women and children. And you think this man is going to bring you peace? You think that peace and, as what Paul said, mercy is going to come upon you? After what you cross worshippers did to the Jews? Look, the statement has been made. The statement has been made. Addition of another sculpture recognizing that during the Holocaust 6 million Jews were murdered under the sign of the cross. A judgment has been made. And you Christians, you Sunday Christians, you think that this guy is going to bring you peace. I don't know who is more delusional, you or the supporters of the ones that Donald Trump defeated. You think you're going to have peace and safety. And then when there isn't going to be any, what are you going to do? You're going to blame Israel. That's what you're going to do. You see, folks, I can't predict the future. But the prophets already have. You should read them. You should read Ezekiel 38 and 39. You'll see how it goes down. You should read Haggai chapter 2, verses 18 through 22. You will see the day on which it goes down. The day? Well, I've been telling you about Haggai 2, verses 18 through 20, and you will say, well, that's the Old Testament. That does not matter anymore. You are wrong, and let me explain why you are wrong. Revelation 7, verse 10. I will use your own scripture, 10 verse 7. Yeah, 10 verse 7. I will use your own scripture to prove that what I just told you is correct. But in the days of the voice of the seventh messenger, when he shall... Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I get this right here. In the days of the voice of the seventh messenger, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of not God, but Jehovah, should be finished, to bring to an end, be finalized. Now, but wait. It says, but in. But it does not say, but in. It's a preposition which means a position or space within a space of time. Okay, so it's a space of time. Denoting position. It can mean about, it can mean afterwards, in or at, with or by. Okay? But apparently it means before. And probably between. So at the very end of the sixth shofar sound, and it says right here, when he shall be about to sound. When he shall be about to sound. So at the very end of the days of the sixth shofar sound, when the seventh shofar is about to be sounded, what happens? The mystery of Jehovah will be finished, as he declared to his servants the prophets. Was Haggai a prophet? He most certainly was. Did he not declare it to Haggai? He most certainly did. He is saying that the 24th day of the 9th month is on the day that the foundation of Jehovah's temple was laid. Set that day. Set that day. The 24th day of the 9th month. The day that the foundation of Jehovah's temple was laid. Every Jew knows what day that is. Every one of them. Why don't you? You misinterpret Yehoshua's word when he said the day and the hour knows no man, not even the messengers in heaven. As in currently knows no man. Am I saying I know the day and the hour? No, I do not. Because I don't know if it's going to be this year or next year or the next year after that. But I know the day, and when he said day and the hour, it is all the way down to the date. Because you see, what you think is a day and an hour is not what a day and hour is in Hebrew linguistics. But we know right here that it's supposed to be on a specific day. On the day that the foundation of Jehovah's temple, you see that word Jehovah? His name is not God, never was God, is not God, never shall be God. It will always be Jehovah. When Jehovah's temple was laid, set that day. Okay? So he comes back again. The word of Jehovah came to Haggai in the 24th day of the month, because it was the day that it was the month that Jehovah's temple was laid. Saying, speak to Zerubbabel, governor of Yehuda, saying, I will shake the heavens and the earth. And I will overthrow the throne of kingdoms, and I will destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the Gentiles. That's what it says. The Goy is the Gentiles. And I will overthrow their chariots and those that ride in them, and their aircraft, their Sus. It means a horse or a swallow, a bird. But it's primarily, see, now they've changed, they've already tried to change this meaning. But it's a bird, a swallow. So their air equipment and ground equipment are going to be destroyed. How? And the riders shall come down, every one by the sword of his brother. Gentile against Gentile. In that day, says Jehovah, I will take you, Zerubbabel, which means begotten in Babylon, a leader of the returning Israelite exiles. On that day, Zerubbabel's name will be a sign. So we know it's going to happen on the eve of Hanukkah. Which one? We do not know. What did Paul say? While they are saying peace and safety. And don't forget what I told you. Military hardware in the hands of the military brass is like crack and methamphetamines in the hands of a drug addict.